What is up, Breaking Bad fans? Kino here, and we're back with a whole new season of Breaking Bad logs. Today we're looking at the first episode of Season 4, Box Cutter. Now, the episode opens with a flashback of Gale setting up the super lab. He uses a box cutter, which definitely won't be important later on. Gus arrives and checks in on their progress. Gale reports on a sample of Walt's blue meth, saying that he analyzed it and that it's 99.1% pure. Gale is very impressed with that purity and wants to work with the manufacturer. Gus, however, doesn't think Walt is reliable and prefers to use Gale instead. However, Gale ends up convincing him to hire Walt, which ironically ends up very badly for him. Back in the present, Victor arrives at Gale's apartment too late to save him. He confirms that he's dead, but gets himself seen by the neighbors in doing so. Out in the parking lot, he finds Jesse and forces him to drive to the lab at gunpoint. Inside the lab, Walt waits with Mike. When Victor arrives, he tells him what happened to Gale. Mike then calls Gus to report, though he and Victor are both anxious about their failure. At the White residence, Marie arrives to drop off the next bill. She also comments on the fact that Walt's car is in the driveway, which Skyler was not aware of. She has no idea where he is, but moves his car in order to avoid questions from their son. Back at the lab, Walt and Jesse wait under guard. Walt says that they need to start cooking soon if they're going to make their schedule. However, Victor surprises everyone by starting to cook himself, claiming he knows how to do it. Meanwhile, at Saul's office, Saul has closed for the day while he searches for bugs. Remember, Walt warned him last episode that his car may have been bugged by Mike.
My car is bugged?
I said maybe.
I'm being followed? What the hell have you gotten me into?
Skyler calls Saul asking if he knows where Walt is. Saul tells her that he's fine, which she doesn't believe. She then goes down to Walt's condo to look for him. She calls a locksmith to let her in, but he says he can't unless she has proof of residency. She ends up faking a panic attack in order to get the guy's sympathy, again showing how good a liar Skyler really is. She ends up searching Walt's condo, finding the eye from the teddy bear from Season 2, but aside from that, she finds no clue about where he might be. Meanwhile, Marie returns home after shopping. Hank is shopping online for rocks, a hobby he's taken interest in since being bedridden. Oh shit, sorry Hank, I meant minerals. Please, don't hurt me. Hank is moody towards Marie because of how helpless he is. He even needs her help to poop, which is obviously humiliating for him. Back at the lab, Victor continues with the cook. Walt believes he will forget some of the steps, and is annoyed when he does not. Gus then arrives, seeing Victor cooking the batch. Walt begins to defend himself to Gus, who ignores him and begins putting on a clean suit. Walt becomes increasingly anxious about what Gus is planning, and says that he needs them to cook. Victor says that he knows every step of the cook, which Walt pokes holes in, because without chemistry training, he won't know how to adjust when errors happen. Gus then picks up the box cutter from the beginning of the episode, but instead of killing them, he ends up cutting Victor's throat.
Alright, listen up, you little radish munchers. This battle is about to become way too exciting to show our younger viewers. So, instead, I will show you this soothing image until the fight is over. Sweet mother of five, you should see this. Whew, it appears to be over. Let's go back to the... Whoa, that was entirely my bad. I misread the signals. Wait, battle's over. Carry on.
After killing Victor, Gus cleans up and tells them to get back to work. Walt and Jesse then load Victor's body into a barrel. When asked by Mike, they confirm that the hydrofluoric acid works, a callback to when Jesse dissolved Emilio in the bathtub. After cleaning up the mess, Walt and Jesse go to eat at Denny's. Mike, or someone else, clearly bought them new clothes after theirs were covered in Victor's blood, and the scene is very reminiscent of Pulp Fiction, when Jules and Vincent get breakfast at the diner in their ridiculous new clothes. Walt says that they need to come up with a plan, but Jesse says that they're safe because Gus will not be able to find a new chemist he can trust. He's also clearly going through trauma after being forced to kill Gale. Walt then returns home. Skyler doesn't question where he's been, and instead just directs him to where she parked his car. In the final scene, the police search Gale's apartment as a crime scene. On his table, clear as day, is the notebook where he took notes about the lab. At the beginning of the episode, a clock in Gale's apartment shows 10:13, a reference to the X-Files, the show Vince Gilligan worked on as a writer and producer. The number appeared frequently on the show, and referred to series creator Chris Carter's birthday. When Hank is shopping for minerals, you can see that the URL is just a local file on his computer, probably because they didn't want to go through the effort of setting up another fake website. The website, mineralemporium.com, also just redirects to Sony's Breaking Bad page. When the barrel with Victor's body is up in the air, it looks oddly like a womb, and you can see him through the light. A reminder that despite what Victor became, at one point he was someone's baby. Finally, there's the question of why Gus even killed Victor. Even characters on the show speculate about it. Part of it was to send a message to Walt and Jesse, and also because Victor got himself seen at the crime scene and needed to be eliminated before the police found him. However, another reason may be that it was because Victor was cooking without Gus's permission. Walt speculates about this later, but Gus may have been taking back control of his operation. The reason they were in this situation to begin with was because Walt had been given too much leeway, and Gus may have been sending a message to his other men that this will not be tolerated anymore. And that is pretty much everything I have to say about the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next Breaking Bad log, coming soon. Minerals. Russell, Sean, Heart of Markness, Logan, Clean, John Reyna, Jesse Sterling, Andrew Stewart, Ops Cracing Media, Daz J-Kit, Conan Higgins, Sam Cedarlin, Don Lucania, Celery Man, Jenna Marie Johnson, and Brad Smith Studios.